Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we're not doing a review, I'm just doing a preview of the SDCC exclusive SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures this year. Now, they did send these to me just like last year, and all I have to do in order to get samples like this is just tell you how awesome they are. No, I can say whatever I want. The only stipulation was that I have to tell you guys about buying them. There is a link in the description below that gives you all of the information for purchasing these things at the event. The website's not updated yet, but there is a link in the description below that will have the information updated prior to Comic-Con. There is other information on that site too, and more photos and like 360 turnarounds and stuff. But the general gist for purchasing these at the event is going to be basically the same as last year. You will need to go to the Dragon Ball location at the Marina Terrace. That's where you're going to pick up your tickets in order to purchase the event exclusives available at the Tamashii booth, located inside the exhibit hall at booth 3329. So it's two separate places. They have like this big activity thing going on. In the one location, you get your ticket there, and that will make it, this sounds complicated, but it'll make it easier rather than just trying to get in line at a certain time. The tickets will be time gated and things like that. If it's like last year, I don't have any more information than this at this time. Keep checking that website again for the specifics as we get closer to Comic-Con. But you'll get that ticket at the Dragon Ball activity place, and then you'll take that over to the regular booth in the convention, booth number 3329. That's where you're going to be able to buy the exclusives. As of right now, there is no information I can share that I can share that is pertaining to purchasing these guys outside of attending the convention. I personally think, this is just my personal opinion, they will be available at Premium Bandai. That's usually the case, and probably other places like Big Bad Toy Store and stuff like that. But officially, and as of right now, the only way is through the convention, and that link in the description has all of that information. Okay, so for this video, I'm just going to do an overview to show you guys all of these figures very, like, top level, surface level. And then for the following days, I'm going to actually review each of the three sets. Okay, so let's start with left to right. Why not? Let's go left to right. So let's do packaging first. I'll show you packaging. I hope this setup works. I think it might. We'll see. I wanted to leave everything on camera, but I'll show you the packaging like this. Yeah, so still we have the awesome black line work kind of thing with the coloring. I think it looks great. The figure behind there looks good. So this is obviously Majin Vegeta. Nothing really crazy going on here. There's the side of the box. I think that looks nice. Looks pretty good. Back of the box does show you some poses, as is usually the case. This will probably be different. I'm guessing on not review samples, but maybe it won't, but it should be. I'm guessing there's going to be the usual information there. Not positive. Okay, and then there's the other side. All right, so that's the packaging. Pretty standard. I do love their exclusive packaging. It's so nice. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Majin Vegeta. That was great. That was lovely. All right, we'll look at this part first, because this is the same one that we saw with Super Saiyan 2 Goku. My memory's not failing me. I love this aura effect. It's so much nicer than the other one. It's way sharper sculpted. It's way more sturdy. It's more balanced. It doesn't lean to the one side too much. It's a much better sculpt. Very pearly paint job. Love that. Has like the radiating yellow. I like that. And then we do have the blue lightning, which is pretty good. And if you don't want to use the blue lightning, you can just pop that off. Yes, you get 4 little holes in there. So using this kind of effect part for other figures that you don't want the blue lightning for, it's not great, but you could also just use the blue lightning because it does look awesome, and it does look really nice with Vegeta. Obviously, we're not going to pose him or anything right here, but you look at the idea, it looks pretty darn good. I think that is wonderful. And obviously, I don't have to tell you guys everything is wonderful in order to get these things. You know, my reviews are going to be as honest as they always are. So you can look forward to that. But I just want to show you everything that comes in the boxes. And so here we have the Vegeta. It is not a different sculpt than the first time, but we do have a very different paint job. Obviously you can see the metallic hair, different line work around the eyes, which I personally love. I think it was something the first one was sorely missing. In fact, you know, the first figure was not exactly a very well-received release. I think this one does a lot to improve it, so that's pretty good. Much darker blue uniform, that's nice. A little bit of shading on the pants there, and slightly darker, like kind of an off-white, almost gray, or I guess it is just a light gray for the gloves and boots. But yeah, I love the way they did the line work on the eyes. Looks so much better than that first release. And then we do have the metallic hair for those of you keeping track of hair counts. That is now 15 different types. No, there's a few that have this hair now, so I think a lot of people are starting to be able to match up different groups. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's Majin Vegeta with the aura effect and the repaint. I personally really like that repaint. We're gonna do these guys last. Let's go ahead and take a look at Raditz and Gohan. We'll do his packaging first. Keep things in order. Love the packaging again. The brighter the color, the better. And obviously we have the orange here with the black, and it just looks awesome. And with little Gohan on there, I like that. Raditz and Son Gohan Kid, to be clear. Very nice packaging as usual. I think these packages right here are some of my favorites out of all action figures. They're exclusive ones. Love that black and colored effect. Very, very cool. I might steal that. I might steal that sort of idea somehow when I eventually get around to finishing my action figure line. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the primary reason to get this particular exclusive. It is the Kid Gohan, which honestly is pretty good. It's not an action figure. It's much in the way of who else, like Chatsu had a figure like this, and there was someone else, I can't remember now. His head is articulated, that is it. He does get an alternate head, but the rest of him is static, and he's really just meant for one basic pose. But, you know, I mean, definitely one pose, but one use. But it's done pretty well. I think it looks nice. Nice, sharp, bright colors. Looks nice. Okay, and then the stand. Yeah, it's a little cumbersome. It's basically an Act 5 stand, or Act 4 stand. Act 4 is the humanoid ones? Whatever, it's your usual Tamashii Nation stand. Has this extra piece, though, and the extra joints and stuff. I guess they thought that was necessary, I don't know. But I'm guessing by now you guys have at least one of these things floating around if you don't like the extra cumbersome one. But you do get this one, and there are some benefits. So there's the Gohan that comes in that package. And then let's take a look at Raditz. Now we will be doing an in-depth look at these figures, doing a comparison against their original releases for all of these, except for obviously Gohan, and then no need to do it for the Spirit Goku. I don't think that's necessary. But yeah, we're going to do that in the reviews. Okay, so here's Raditz, and notable, like I'm going to do like top level stuff, different color scheme. You'll notice it specifically in the arm and leg band. His armor is a little bit different, and he does have shading throughout the skin, which is pretty good. It's a nice warm shading, which is generally what you want to do for flesh tones, so I like that a whole bunch. Sometimes companies get it wrong and they try to go like a gray or duller shading for flesh tones. You don't do that for flesh unless it's a zombie. You want warmer shading, always warmer. So you'll notice it's like slightly pinkish, the shading, and I think it looks really, really good. Yeah, we still have the glossy armor here, matte here, different color Scouter, if memory serves. Again, we'll be going in depth in the review, but as good as he ever was. Raditz, one of their stronger releases. He just barely missed the cut for my top 10 list to Turles. But yeah, he's definitely a top tier figure from them. I like him. Definitely a few issues with those shoulder pads, but he's pretty darn good. Okay, and then let's go ahead and look at Gohan. Nope, we're gonna do the packaging first. Let's see if I can keep things in order. So this packaging, I do still love it because I like this, but I don't love that Gohan or Goku is completely hidden in the package. I think it might have suited them to rearrange this a little bit and actually package them staggered like this. I think that would have been super cool. And maybe they didn't want to because of the bulk, but they've had big packages before. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I think that would have been cool though. If they staggered them like this in the package, that would have been really awesome. Just make it a deeper package, like 2 deep, and put Goku up here, Gohan down here. They don't need to be posed. That would have been awesome, but instead it's just like a tray for Gohan and a tray for Goku. I mean, it's all one tray, but that's how it's broken up. But still, looks nice. The purple artwork is good. Although I did mention the lighter color, the better, personally. But still looks good. Okay, so there's the side view. I like that. I think these two look great together. That's why I saved them for last. Back of the box shows some posing options. Again, I'm pretty sure yours won't look like this. These probably are going to be actually in their brown shippers. The ones I got here did come in brown shippers, so yours might at the convention. I think that's usually the case. I've had lots in brown shippers at the convention, and that's the other side of the box. So it's officially called Super Saiyan Son Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan. So they didn't mention Goku's blue nature on the packaging. For those of you paying attention, I don't know if that matters, but we're going to mention it. Okay, so let's take a look at Goku second, Gohan first. I did want him to be holding his Kamehameha, because I think it's a new one. I don't remember. Oops, I don't remember. Of course, I mangled this as I was getting it in his hand. I don't remember them ever having one that has a peg like that. Now, I could be wrong. I think maybe we've seen this before. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know for sure if this isn't a new. I don't remember it having the peg hole in it, but I could be wrong. So we're gonna set this aside and talk about the figure. All right, so this Gohan, not as different from the other release, but also kind of is. The purple is much more saturated, which is usually the case for the Comic-Con exclusives. He does have some nice shading throughout. Actually, a different paint job up here around the chest for the torn clothing. You can see the brighter purple, and you probably noticed he has the scratch marks throughout. That's pretty good. And he has the transparent golden hair. It is transparent with paint on top. So if you're into that sort of thing, that's what you're getting. Otherwise, it's mostly the same. They didn't do the black line work on the boots like they used to do way back in the day, which I thought would have been kind of cool to go with these marks, but it does have the battle damage. A very different purple, looks significantly better than the first release, for sure. And then the hair, that's totally up to you if you like it or not, but I do think the face looks really nice. And there's definitely a lot of good stuff about this figure, and I think this does bring us a better version of the figure than the initial release, which is a good thing. All right, and then let's go ahead and talk about this Goku. There's not a whole lot to say about this guy because it is just the, what was it, full power Goku, the one with the anime style face, with a different, I don't want to say paint job, though there is paint on here. It's all transparent, and you guys know how I feel about transparent figures. I love this. Not only do I love this because it's transparent plastic and they did a good job with that, but they did put some paint on there. As you can see, we have different levels of blue. Some of it is molding, some of it is paint, and it just looks awesome. The dark blue with the darker blue, or the very dark blue here, and then the gi that's slightly darker than the skin tone that's relatively pale. Cancer fairly pale, but with a little bit of paint on there. It looks to me like there's some white shading on there, not only the blue shading, so that's nice. The dark blue, like, it looks good all the way around. I am thrilled with this. I thought this could easily have been a ball drop, but I think they nailed it. They do have, don't worry, it's not super fragile. They put actual plastic in there, like normal plastic for the joints that need it. And obviously it doesn't match perfectly, but I think that's reasonable. You do not want transparent plastic for your joints. It's way too brittle. I'll show you the face. I think the faces look really good. So, yeah, I'm thrilled with this. I was very concerned about the blue Goku. Like, yeah, okay, it looks good in the promo images, but are you going to be able to execute, or is it going to look really bad? But they nailed it. So, that's the intro to what's coming over the next 3 days, and I'm thrilled. I was very concerned that Raditz wasn't going to have enough of an update. It was just going to be Gohan, or that these guys were going to have problems with Goku, or that this guy wasn't going to be great, but I'm honestly pleased. I'm very, very pleased. Obviously, there is stuff to talk about, so we'll do that in the reviews, but now you guys have an idea of what's coming up. And again, check the link in the description below. That'll get you all the information you need to figure out if you can track these down at the convention. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.